Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Giants Rundown for day one of spring training. It's Monday, February 14th, and we're here in Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm Andrew Baggerly, and thanks for joining me. I'll give you a rundown of everything that happened today in Giants camp, and it wasn't a whole lot. Basically, the first day that pitchers and catchers report, they just check in. Only a couple guys really even bother to get in uniform. They usually go down and get their physicals, or they might open up the boxes of stuff that has come from them from various suppliers. Freddie Sanchez had a bat that came for him and didn't even recognize what the bat company was. So you get a bunch of guys just getting acclimated, and you see a few position players trickle in as well, especially the guys who live locally, and there are a number of them. Pat Burrell was here today. Cody Ross was here today. Those guys have become very friends very quickly. And as I mentioned, Freddie Sanchez, he was here early because he's been rehabbing. Brandon Belt also checked in with him today. And most of the pitchers saw pretty much everybody. I did not see Jeff Supan, but I'm told he did report. All guys have to do when they report is really just even give a phone call and say, hey, I'm in town. So really just more of an official occasion. It's just the first day that the clubhouse is open to members of the media like myself, and we're able to go in and just check in with some of the players. So got to see Tim Lincecum and Buster Posey, Brian Wilson and Sergio Romo. They're rocking the beards as always. The first thing you notice when you walk into the clubhouse is there's a big banner that proclaims the Giants as 2010 World Champions. So just in case anybody forgot, that's a reminder right there, and it definitely looks like a World Series banner. It's pretty impressive. I tweeted a photo of it earlier today. For today's coverage, I wrote a Buster Posey feature. Really talked to Tim Lincecum in depth about just what it took to really gain the trust, knowing that Posey was a rookie catcher. And one of the things Lincecum told me was, hey, listen, I don't really study hitters. I'm more focused on my stuff, and so I really rely on my catcher. And he was brought into the big leagues with Benji Molina, who he knew the hitters, and he was used to throwing to him. So you definitely saw their relationship progress, and by September, obviously, as Lincecum was really getting out of his doldrums, he really learned to trust Buster. And, as I've written in the past, and as I'm sure you probably know, Buster was an honor roll guy. He was number 4, I think, in his high school class out of 300 something, and was even studying right up to the day that, the last day that he was at Florida State, even though he knew that he was about to be drafted and make a multi-million-dollar bonus. He still did his homework, and he's still doing his homework. And Tim Kawakami also wrote a column on Posey and what his leadership is going to mean to the Giants. It's going to run alongside with my feature. In the notebook, there's a note on what Brian Wilson did with the baseball from the final out, which is probably not a surprising story if you know Brian Wilson. And also Bruce Bochy, a little bit of news today maybe. He came out and he said that he thinks the Phillies rotation rightfully should be called the best in the league, which may be a curious thing for the manager of the Giants to say after they won the World Series. But maybe he just likes the Giants to be underdogs because they played that role so well last year. So again, not a whole lot of news today. Just checking in, making sure everybody's here, and there'll probably be a little more of the same tomorrow. At least guys will get on the field. They'll start throwing their bullpens. They'll be in groups where they'll throw every other day to start and do some pitching, fielding practice. And the ballpark will be open at 10 a.m. when they'll start their workouts. And the fans locally can come and sit in the stands and watch some pitchers fielding practice, as exciting as that may be. So anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to do these every day, but I'll try to do them as often as I can since I've heard a lot of good feedback from a lot of you. And thanks for following along, and we'll check in with you tomorrow.